Did you guys watch that?
I have not.
did.
I can't bring myself. Anyway,
Same
what
here,
the
right?
fuck is up? It's welcome
Hey.
back. Hey, I said it's what. Welcome back to the On Repeat podcast.
Repeat.
He was the echo was unsure.
Yeah.
It's your boy Medium Frank.
And Dark Ruffalo.
Oh, you know why he's called Dark Ruffalo, right?
No, I have no idea.
Because he's a midnight snack. Dark. Ruffles in the dark.
In the dark.
Naked.
Ruffling in the dark.
Ruffles in the dark, naked, while you watch Princess Mononoke.
Oh, the lights
For the hell
off.
of an intro.
And
That's the phone, all right? It's the phone.
oh, is it? I thought it was Mononoke.
Princess Mononoke. That's also.
Oh yeah,
That's a.
that was my preference.
Totoro.
Okay.
I don't know if you hear this, but there's a third voice. It's this now. You know
Yes.
what it's like inside my head.
Guess what
Back
it is?
from rehab.
Pio said it's all Gucci.
It's your boy HypemanWolfy.
Hola.
I like how he stole my line, and then he follows it up with something he's already said in the previous episode. How you doing, man?
Buenos días.
I'm good.
Always expanding his vocabulary.
I'm good.
Ven conmigo.
I'm good.
That's good, man.
I'm good.
So, how y'all doing, man?
I'm doing all right.
If I could, how about you, Dark?
Yeah, I'm
what
doing
about-
pretty well.
Have you been doing good?
Yeah.
It's all that fucking kratom you.
I mean, I told. Huh?
Huh?
I told you I was on a cleaning binge.
That's
I
such a
was
healthy
cleaning my house,
binge.
right? Like my brain feels.
Was it like an
it's-
OCD binge though? Because that's like the turning point to where it's like you're just like combing the carpet for like bits of crack.
Now, don't scare me now.
In fact, no.
No, it's more like. It's
With
like
like a
you feel
tick
it.
comb,
You
you know
gotta
what I
do some spring cleaning here and there, you know.
At the
then,
tail end of spring, it's literally gonna be summer in
It's
like
summer.
2
well,
weeks.
I'm a little bit behind, you know. I follow my own schedule.
He's like, you know, man,
He's
sometimes
his
you gotta
own
just do
man.
a little spring cleaning, nigga. It's summer in 2 days.
Clean slow as shit.
But the other thing is just we just finished mixing Pleasure.
That song.
I wish that I could.
Well, sound excited about it.
Yo.
Jeez.
I just-
Hello, love.
If you guys like Blonde by Frank Ocean, and you like various Pink Floyd songs like The Great Gig in the Sky, and if you like Apple Orchard, you'll like this song a lot.
I think you will. Yeah.
Coming out
I
soon.
like this.
We have a video coming.
Wait, what's it called?
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Ah.
There's a really great clothing company based in LA called Pleasures.
Really?
Yeah, it's really dope. I'll get you a shirt just because you're a cool guy.
All right. Cool. Thanks, man. It'll be my pleasure.
I don't want any.
Watch out for this guy. Watch out for this son of a bitch here. Is there a video
Okay.
coming?
Huh? Video. I mean, I have a grand scheme for a video, but you know, like you always gotta like
Yeah,
find what you could really do in reality. So.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, but what about you, man? You got some other shit going on too, right?
No. What do I got going on?
Mixing
Yeah.
sex tape.
Yeah, we're
that's-
mixing
that's-
sex tape.
Yeah,
that's
that's,
happening.
hype, man.
That we're making progress there. That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
Oh, I guess I do have a couple music videos coming out for 80 Seagull, but
Yeah.
like you said, there's grand ideas, but ain't nobody doing nothing. So,
yeah, right.
so we just got to rally the troops. What were you talking about? Was that what you were referring to?
I was just asking how you doing.
Oh, I'm not doing that great,
No.
dude. I hate my fucking job.
Barely
Yeah.
breathing.
I mean,
What-
me too, man. But
The good thing that's working. The good thing though is the Warriors lost tonight.
Oh yeah, I don't
my
watch
family's
Fuckers.
not happy.
I just watch
Fuckers.
things.
Marcus Old Baby Greeting Guide. Yeah. So great.
Steph Curry.
I'm glad we could catch up, guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm glad we're doing this podcast.
Me
even though
too.
we're
Why are we
also
even doing
separate.
this podcast?
What's the point of this?
Yeah, what are we talking about today?
Yeah. Oh, you want me to say? Like, I feel like
Yeah,
we're all
yeah.
asking each other. You're the A Mike.
Something about a list.
Well, yeah, we're doing a list. You guys didn't see this. I will narrate it. Medium Frank almost fell.
It's because this
He's a
bootsy ass
big
chair.
boy.
Yo, because here at fucking Atlantis, aka the holographic studios, the chairs here are defective. Or at least
There
the
are
chair
many,
that I'm
but
sitting
somehow
on.
also few.
But anyways, today what we're talking about is our top 10 albums of this year so far.
Yeah.
And-
Releases. I guess,
And releases, yeah, releases. And what else are we talking about?
Over here on the third mic.
Yeah, I mean, so like last year, I'm sure you guys like everyone that so closely listens to this podcast,
All eight
we
of
do
you.
our lists for mid-year and end year. I can't believe we're already at mid-year. Remember last year, the fiasco we had with
Yeah.
mid-year? We said, oh my
Oh
god.
my God.
Anyway, let's never think about that again. But it was just our albums, right? As y'all know, we added a C mic.
Hola.
And it's in Spanish, evidently. So, but he doesn't listen to albums really. So, how would he contribute? And what new fresh thing could we add
Yeah.
to this to keep the shit fucking interesting?
Well,
Tell
Memes.
us.
yeah, memes.
God damn it, man.
Memes.
He's not good at this. You're like, what?
Yeah, talk
mean,
about
talk about what you're
these
gonna
memes,
actually-
man.
All right, so
What genre of memes?
So it's basically 2019 memes in order of I mean, a meme by definition it's a popularity thing. If it's repeated enough, it becomes part of culture. And 2019 memes include, by definition, 2018 memes because you can't have 2019 memes without 2018 memes as context for them.
I
Because
feel like that's kind of
it's a
gotta be
constantly
birthed.
evolving thing.
You know that Charlie meme from fucking Always Sunny where he's like fucking trying to figure out who the dad was?
Right.
That's what Vivek just did right now. He's
Well,
just like
yeah,
a crazy
no,
guy
sure,
with like
it's like-
strings going to.
No, because there's like differing. The meme itself comes in different formats. Because there's like the
Yeah.
Lisa example, the Lisa meme saying shit like C4 is just angry Play-Doh, or there's that, and then there's Spider-Man,
Angry Play-Doh.
a bad cosplay Spider-Man in front of like a blanked out projector screen, and it has some kind of message, similar thing. You just swap it, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just different forms of it, and it keeps changing depending on what's popular in
So
that year.
in your list, is it more objective versus subjective? Like, are you ranking these based on just like fact? These are the most popular memes, or are you like
So-
saying this is my favorite?
So
Like-
it's based on my favorite and the filter for what is acceptable.
Do
or
you?
whatever the fuck it's like it's it's big
Yeah.
in 2019.
Yeah,
so it might
yeah,
have
I get that. I
It
get
might have
that.
started in 2018.
Might have started in
But
2018.
when you're judging these memes, do you get serious about it? Like, are you actually like analyzing
like the
why it's
comedic
good?
aspect
Yeah,
of
the
it.
Why?
comedic aspect of it? Is it
I
art?
mean, absolutely. You know, I can definitely go into it because I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of the humor itself is very simplistic and basic, but there's a lot behind it.
Yeah, I think there's definitely like an anatomy. The anatomy of a joke
Exactly,
is still
it comes down to
valid.
that,
It's
yeah.
still valid in a meme.
And it wouldn't
yeah, I
even
agree.
be overanalyzing it because it actually makes total sense in a way that like
I
the way the cultural landscape is developing and all the bullshit's going on in the world. Shit makes sense. Shit's getting weirder and more abstract because there's so much bullshit going on that's the only thing left that's funny.
I could get behind that. That makes
It's
sense.
just weird
Yeah,
as
yeah.
shit.
That criteria makes sense to me.
Which is why Gen Z memes are fucking nuts.
All right, no, I agree. Let's not spend too much time.
Yeah, let's.
I like your
start with
criteria
that.
though. Your criteria makes sense. My criteria, while it is subjective, when I split hairs, I still weigh the most. Like, what did I listen to the most versus what
How
do I
you weigh the
think?
most?
I do weigh the most, but it's like what have I listened to the most impacts my ranking way more than do I think this is like an artistically well-made album. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
feel like I always rank by how much I listen, and then
Oh,
when
then
it gets
this is 100% subjective.
for me.
I mean, for my memes.
Oh, for oh no, I'm saying
Yeah,
so
yeah,
mine,
everything is
yeah,
subjective
mine
when it
still
comes
has
to this.
mine still has like a sense of subjectivity, but it's just the initial thing to get everything on the canvas is what did I listen to more,
Okay.
and then towards the top it starts to kind of you start to split hairs on plays, so that's when I bring subjectivity into it.
Right.
So I don't know.
I mean,
for me, that's how I do it for me.
Yeah, yeah. Mine is pretty much the same because I think when it comes, I mean, you're listening to what you think are the
Right.
best, right?
Right.
So it's always going to be subjective.
Right.
But I think when it becomes objective, really, is when you're comparing it to the other things you
Yeah.
listen to. You know.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I think the best way to really reflect what you like is what do you continue to go back to?
Yeah.
You personally, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like so many music critics, when they rank albums, they're like, what does everyone think is the best?
Yeah.
And then I'll rank based on that because it's a cultural movement. It's like, nah, bruh, I didn't listen to fucking Carly Rae Jepsen more than everybody in the world. And will be the first one to say, not that deep. You know what I mean? But I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I think I also actually wanted to add another kind of like segment in the end
Ooh.
where we list one thing we were kind of let down by.
Oh, I
Disappointed.
have a
Oh
lot.
man.
Yeah.
Woo.
I have a lot this shit. Fuck, I wish I would have
Whoa.
prepared for that. Because I could tell you about all the
Do we
things.
have
no,
8
I have
hours?
the one that
Yeah,
disappointed
I
me the
think
most.
you gotta have the
Wait,
one.
in life or just in music?
In music.
Okay, so it's
Oh, okay.
music and then memes.
Yeah.
Memes. Oh, letdown memes.
I
Yeah.
feel like
I could pull some
Yeah,
out,
there's
man.
some like let down meme. Okay.
Dope.
All right,
Yeah,
so
let's do
let's
this.
have
Yeah.
you start, medium.
Okay. So, as you guys know, this is only mid-year. This list will fucking change throughout the year. My list in the mid-year last year was very different than what I ended with. Also, keep in mind, last year, I listened to 46 albums.
Wow.
Yeah, because last year I was going hard on listening to new shit. This year, so far, it's already halfway through. I've only listened to 14 albums. I've just been slow this year. Also, I'm just like,
So do you just list every single thing you
yeah,
and then do you rank it, or do you just do bullet points and give it a rating?
So
first?
I list everything in my
Is it a
notes
double
here,
blind study?
and then after that, like if I like something more, I'll like live,
actually
in
move it.
real time edit my rankings.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually, I listened to 15. There's one that's not on here that I'm very disappointed by that I will go over. But my number 10, it's fucking "Homecoming" by Beyonce. Because
Okay.
I mean, it's like there's no new songs. It's just fucking Beyonce performing her hits. It's a live album that accompanied the Netflix documentary. You know what I'm saying?
Beyonce's a shit.
But I love Beyonce,
Yeah, of course.
and the songs
Queen
that are on there are lit. And I really think she does crazy. Like when I listen to "Crazy in Love," you know that song with her and Jay-Z from way
Yeah.
back when. When I
I
listen
love
to
that song.
love that song. But when I listen to the studio version, it's so played out at this point that I'm just like, I just don't listen to it.
Oh, because she has an orchestra, doesn't she?
But yeah, the live version is crazy, and it made me re-fall in love with that song and many of her other songs too. So I thought it was worth a listen. Is this going to be in my top 20 at the end of the year? Probably not. But since we're only 6 months in, it's my number 10. Yeah.
And it is songs she's already done before.
Right,
too,
I don't think there's
so
anything
it's gonna
new,
be
yeah.
hard to like, even though it's a good album.
Right.
But as
It's
an
well
album,
made.
it's pleasing.
Right,
Yeah.
and the big thing for me is it's made me re-fall. It's made me fall in love.
Right, which is a huge
with songs
thing
I
to
already
do in
exactly.
general. Yeah, for a fan base, it's fucking Beyonce.
Agreed.
Like, everyone is her fan base.
And shit, like all her shit gets played out so much.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves her, as they should. But then, like, you almost forget how good the songs are because of how hyped it is and how everyone else loves it.
Right.
So me, I'm just like, fuck you guys. But then when I listened to the live version, I was like, I forgot how dope this fucking song was, and I forgot how dope Beyonce was. You know what I mean? Like, everyone like overhypes her because she fucking deserves it because she's the shit.
Yeah.
She's the ultimate performer. She's the female Michael Jackson.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because like Janet Jackson, and you know I love Janet Jackson, right? She can't sing like Michael can. Beyonce could sing as well as Michael and dance like Prince. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, that's me.
I agree.
That's my number 10. I don't want to spend too much time on it. What's your 10, Dark Ruffalo? And you're
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
give 9 first. We're going to keep alternating.
Wait,
Wait,
does that
what?
mean you guys are just doing 5 each or 10 each?
No,
or-
we're doing 10. So it's like I give 10.
Oh, I give
then
9
you 9
first?
first, I'll do 9 second, and then it's always going to be Wolfie after that.
Okay. Let's do
All right.
that. Let's do
All
that.
right. What you got for 9?
Right. So my number 9.
Wow,
is,
this Kratom is
all
really
right,
kicking
number
in.
10. I mean, Krakatoa.
This Krakatoa is kicking in.
So
Get it at your head shop.
on number 10 is Matmos, called Plastic Anniversary.
Who?
Matmos.
Who?
Well, it's like I'd never heard of them before. It's just like, sometimes when I'm scrolling through
Porn.
YouTube,
You porn?
YouPorn, yeah. And when I watch the Anthony Fantano porn, the brand new porn, yeah.
It's big dick.
Sounds like you got a
Anthony
big dick.
But I get a lot of my
have that as like a
recommendations from him. Like I don't always agree, and a lot of times I like don't,
Yeah.
or like he recommends something that
Right.
I can tell is good, but I don't care for.
Yeah.
But this one is pretty much just electronic music.
Oh, wow.
And it's just all these cool instrumentals that are really weird, which I thought was really refreshing to listen to.
Word.
Are we gonna
But-
do sound bites of these? Like of the actual songs?
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not.
All right.
Just play it through the thing. No.
Maybe our top 3s or maybe our top 2s.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
more doable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I think people should just listen to this. I don't think everyone's gonna
Because
like
everything
it.
on these lists deserve plays in general, so just like go find it.
Yeah. You guys should go find it. Just listen to it. I think this is just good background music, especially if you just kind of like weird shit. And because of my
Sold.
cleaning binge, it's just something I can put
the
on, and
cleaning
it's
binge.
just yeah.
So for all you meth heads out there, if you need some,
You need some cleaning
you need some
jams.
cleaning music, you need to wipe down that
8 a.m.
VCR
with
again.
8 a.m. with a Brillo pad. Let's go.
Ours was, I love bad bitches. It's my fucking problem. We're,
Y'all
clean-
fucking problem.
we're fucking scrubbing dishes at 4 a.m. Anyway,
All right, but that's my number 10.
that's your number 10. So to our senior meme correspondent, what's your number 10 meme of the year?
So my number 10 meme of the year is Avenge the Fallen. So those posters, right? Mm-hmm. So my personal sense of humor is pretty dark.
Nice.
So what made me put this on this list was earlier this week. It's just like, you know how they're grayed out, right? Avenge the Fallen, those posters. It's a picture of fucking R. Kelly.
Oh,
And then another one following that, Bill Cosby.
all right.
Avenge the
That's
Fallen.
really good.
Right? Wait, who else went down in fucking flames? Kevin Spacey. Fucking Avenge the Fallen.
Oh man, I was not expecting him to actually have something funny. Dog, that was good.
Right? That's up there.
I like that
yeah,
one.
I mean, I have I want to say at least half of these are Avengers memes.
So you know how we do it, like on after we post this episode, I'm gonna like post the my top 10 album covers in one post on Facebook. You know how you could do multiples. You should do that too this year.
Yeah.
And you should do your 10 memes.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
a good idea.
So definitely, like after you listen to this episode, check all of our IGs out.
Check it out.
So you could see the memes that Wolfie's talking
What
about.
are
here.
what are IG tags?
We'll figure that. Oh, right now.
Might as well. I mean, we're talking. about it.
We say it at the end, but yeah, a medium 37 Frank with a C.
The holographic children.
It's a very long one. If you're gonna tag him in a story, make sure you use the normal font and not the strong font, because the strong font will make the N just by itself go
Oh,
under.
that's why.
Yeah.
See, even I can't tag myself.
See,
so.
good. Yeah, what about
Mine
you?
is HypemanWolfy, all lowercase, no spaces, and if I have a social media account, that's what it is.
Love it. All right.
All right.
All right.
So it's time for you to give number 9, Dark Ruffalo.
Oh, yeah.
Number 9.
Dark Ruffalo.
And I want to be clear, like, I think as we were talking about the criterias, like, especially right now that it's mid-year, I don't think I've really spent that much time listening to these albums.
Yeah.
It's just, like, things I put on, and they stuck out.
Right.
You know? So, like, even if you ask me exactly right now, like, for the lower ones, specifics about it, like, I could give mostly a generalization, but on my number 9 is Injury Reserve.
I actually listened to that album too.
Yeah.
I listened to it too.
Like, what's the name?
It's self-titled.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
self-titled.
yeah, Injury Reserve.
So, like, just listening to this, though, because I've heard Injury Reserve through you.
Yeah.
Through that one song with the Snapchat.
Snapchat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
shit's
was
so
sick.
tight.
Is that called Snapchat?
No, it was called. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, the video is
Yeah.
a Snapchat filter.
But this song, while I just put like a bunch of like these new albums on shuffle, I think this one stuck out to me that I want to visit again.
Yeah.
It's just that other albums came out that I ended up just naturally gravitating
Yeah.
to more.
Yeah, I listened to this album too, and for a while it was in my top 10, but I think it dropped just because the simple fact that I was like comparing it to like Floss, which was like their way better project.
Oh, really?
But it's still good though, so I would. It's worth the listen for sure. And did you hear the song that they have with Amine on Amine's Amine's song last year?
No.
Oh man, it's really good too. I'll show you the video. But yeah, like it's a good album. Definitely come back to it. I think Injury Reserve is one of the more interesting hip hop acts. Right?
Yeah. They were interesting because in a way they kind of remind me of like what are they called? There's also 3 of them. Except they're more like psychedelic, kind of like
Flatbush Zombies.
Flatbush Zombies. They remind me of Flatbush Zombies, but they're more like grounded
Yeah.
in reality.
Yeah,
you know?
you can tell
like,
that they're from the West Coast mostly because they're from
Yeah.
Arizona, so you can tell their music.
and
They're
their
a little
beats
bit
are harder. I feel
Yeah.
like Like,
Agreed.
Yeah.
yeah. Dope.
Number 9.
That's your number 9. Engine number 9. I'm stalling because I need to get my list. Yes, my number 9. This is actually one of the more disappointing things for me too. This should
Another one?
this should have
Something
been
good?
higher on my list because of how great the lead single was. But it's "Thank
know
You
what
Next"
that-
by
okay.
Ariana Grande.
Fucking love that song.
That song. So it's so hot. This album, but I will tell you though,
Yeah.
that remember how I had Sweetener?
Yeah.
You guys are awful. Do you remember how I had Sweetener on my top 20 last year? But it was like 15 or 13.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it was like the album as a whole was solid, but there wasn't that one song that stuck out. And then she drops the song "Thank You Next." I'm like, if this was on Sweetener would have been my best album of the year, right? So I was like, okay, she has the single now. Let's see how she follows it up. And she gives me fucking boring ass songs. Thank You
Like
Next.
just really safe.
It's really, yeah. It's just like you could tell, like she tried to capitalize on the strength of the song "Thank You Next," and it was and they actually did write this album within a span of a week, and you could tell. None of this. There's a lot of songs that weren't really developed. It sounded like she was like, "Oh, the Migos are hot right now." And it sucks because she's super dope. And if she would actually like take the time to develop an album, the same way she developed Sweetener, the only thing was she didn't have a real good single. And Thank You Next is literally Thank You Next, in my opinion, is like the perfect example of a perfect pop song.
Yeah.
It's like the melody is great. The production is amazing. The sample in it is perfect. It's catchy. It has a fucking hook that's like timeless.
Yeah.
The verses are far from filler. You know what I mean? Like the melody of the verses is so great, and what she's talking about in those verses are fucking dope. It's a subtle enough song about heartbreak, but it's not too depressing or too bubbly. Like it's a perfect song.
Yeah, I do agree. I do like that song. And what I was gonna say with that, because you were describing it as a perfect song.
Yeah.
I feel like it has that same feel or even structure of both like the 80s and 90s type of pop songs.
Agreed.
You know that we're always trying to head towards.
Right.
But I didn't listen to
It
her
has
album.
enough edginess to like stay relevant.
Exactly.
While sticking to like a familiar, I guess,
Yeah.
type of sound.
Yeah.
Agreed. That's a real huge key is that there's just enough edge
But it's not corny.
to make it not corny.
Yeah.
So real niggas like us could love the song, but moms won't stop their kids from listening to it. You know what I'm saying? It's a perfect
Like
pop
all they have
song.
to do is censor the one bitch and the one fuck in the song, and it's like a
Yeah.
PG-13 song.
Yeah. It's really just fuck, really.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking grateful.
Or it's like with 7 Rings. It's like 7 Rings to all of my bitches.
yeah,
like,
but
just
7
censor
Rings
that.
sucks. That song's trash.
Yeah.
But anyway,
never-
like the reason why Thank You Next, the album, is on my top 10 list is off the strength of how perfect the song Thank You Next is and Ghostin'. Have you heard the song Ghostin'?
No.
I know she hasn't come out and said this. She wrote that song about leaving Pete Davidson because she was still in love with Mac Miller.
Damn, she ghosted him.
Dude, and she like, dude, and that song is so beautiful because it's not a pop song. If you listen to it, it's just like fucking slow pads, a little bit of percussion, and her like fucking just talking. She's singing, obviously, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, it was so refreshing to hear Ariana Grande do that, where it's like she could still be vulnerable, but also sound not poppy. She doesn't have to cover it up with a pop song. You know what I mean? So if those, like, but those are the only 2 songs I like. 7 Rings is fucking corny. Break Up With Your Girlfriend because I'm bored. Fucking corny.
That's so catchy though. That's what it has going for it. It's catchy.
Yeah, it's
as fuck.
But there's so much better
I know.
catchy
Yeah,
pop
yeah,
songs
yeah.
out there. They only liked that because it's just like Ariana Grande is just fucking an industry plant. Anyway, whatever. Don't listen to me anymore. Listen to the album though. Y'all tell me what you think. Sweetener is a far superior album, but Thank You Next shits on anything on Sweetener. So, yeah, that's that. Wow, I spent too much time on there. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
All right,
Yay.
Wolfie.
All right.
Number 9 meme.
Number 9 meme. So, big thing that happened this year. First picture of a black hole.
Ah.
And the one that made me, like, the one that made this stand out for me was the combination of a really old meme. Because we're millennials, right?
Yeah, we grew up with
the
memes.
internet.
Yeah.
Y'all remember Gote?
Which one is that?
It's like, so where the dude's like bending over and
Yeah.
basically pulling his ass
Oh
over.
my God.
But then there's like the black hole. Like, right But see, that's the thing. You could put it in any orifice.
Right,
like,
yeah.
Nostrils, mouths, anime eyes.
Now that I'm
Fucking-
The one that made me laugh actually was when it was at the end of Snoop Dogg's blunt.
Yeah. The infinity blunt.
Oh Oh man, that's awesome! Wow, I'm like very pleasantly surprised.
This is all. Every time you're yelling at me to make music, I'm on my phone looking at memes. This is the one thing I got.
God damn it!
I like how you said that so proud.
I don't want him to be proud.
I don't want to hold the show no more.
As if you're trying to tell us, I'm not a musician, right?
I'm just
I'm
a
a
meme.
meme.
Trying to make it through this music industry world.
Why can't you
Sad
guys
life.
support me?
Support my passion, guys.
Bitch, I supported you through some crazy shit, nigga. You better stop. I'm still here, nigga.
We live together.
I'm
was a
not even
ride.
talking about anyway. Whatever.
Well,
let's
it's
move
just
on.
been a fucking mess since like 2013.
Right,
All right, let's
number
go.
8.
I give number 8, right?
Yeah.
My number 8 is Arizona Baby by Kevin Abstract. So Kevin Abstract, I've known him from when he had that song where he sampled Cassie, Me and You. It's called Drugs. Think of them and drugs. My mama says I'm on the wrong path. And then I saw him at Flogna, and this was like 2016, and in 2017 he was kind of trash. So I stopped following him. And then after that, Brockhampton happened, and you were like, "Bruh, listen to Brockhampton," and I was like, "Whatever." And then you played that one jaunt off of Iridescence to me, and I was like, "Holy fuck!" So then I fucking really got into Brockhampton, and I got into the fucking saturation tapes. And so when Kevin Abstract dropped a solo, I was like, "All right, I'll listen to it." It's not an amazing album.
No.
It's pretty inconsistent in my opinion. There's some songs that are just like a mess. But there's like, I would say like half of it are very strong. And when I was following how he was like dropping them, he was like slowly dropping them. And there was even like an EP called Ghetto Baby that had most of the songs that I liked on it. So when the full album came out, I was like, oh, all the other songs you dropped with it is not that great. But the main 5 songs that I like, super dope. And the best song in my opinion is Baby Boy. God damn, y'all need to listen to that. Oh my god.
Damn.
All right.
At this point, you're pretty much out of my mind. But when I close my eyes, I think about you every time. Anyway, it's great. Listen to
All
it.
right.
What's your number 8, Dark
Okay.
Ruffalo?
Number 8 is Flume, or Hi, This is Flume by Flume.
Flume. I
Flume.
haven't listened to that.
Flume?
Is it good?
It's pretty
Yeah,
good. It's
Flume.
pretty good,
Flume.
and he's got like some good
Flume.
features in here that is actually gonna tie in to my like other releases in my list.
Huh.
But I think from what I'm kind of getting is like Flume is mostly a DJ or a producer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flume.
Flume is made for Coachella and fucking date rape.
What?
I actually have not heard a single song before.
Yeah, you
Really?
have.
Have I?
Yes, you have. For show.
Was I on drugs?
Yes, we were.
Then it is all one song to me.
It's a song with JPEG Mafia. That
Oh,
was
he
pretty
does?
sick. Yeah.
Holy shit. You know how much you put me on JPEG.
JPEG is sick, man.
Yeah, he put me on a JPEG.
Yeah, I'm
down.
waiting for. I mean, we could also talk
Shouts out
about
to
what
PNG fans.
we want to see
Right.
this year. Yeah.
I'm waiting for that too.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah.
But anyways, that's number 10. You guys should check it
Number
out.
10? Nigga?
I mean, number
8.
8. And they has this one song, man.
Just the one?
It's pretty good, but like,
I'm sorry.
I mean, look at this. Look at that.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Look, show this
what
stupid
am I
fuck.
looking at? It's a bunch of. Is that wingdings?
Yeah, boy.
Kind of looks like wingdings or hieroglyphics or something.
Is that wingding?
It's just
Some
like
type of ACII.
I mean, it's really just
Thing.
a freaking interlude, but still, like,
No, that's so
How
crazy.
do you pronounce
yeah,
that?
I don't know. But yeah.
Dope.
Oh,
Number 8
Number
meme.
8 meme.
Stop
Number 8
interrupting
memes.
people while they talk, though, because that's frustrating to listen to. You're funny, but you have your place.
Third mic. All right, number 8. So again, a little bit of a nostalgia thing. We all grew up with GTA San Andreas,
Oh,
right?
hell yeah. Oh,
It's
my
the
God.
CJ, aw shit,
Yes.
here we go again.
Oh, you're right.
So relatable.
Dog.
Every single situation.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of familiar with this. But,
What?
Some
So you know
mo-
at the very beginning of the game when CJ goes back to San Andreas, yeah, I'll let you explain. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I mean, that's basically he goes
Yeah.
back to San Andreas and it's like he wakes up in the morning. It's
no,
fucking
he doesn't get waked up. He doesn't get woken
he
up in the
wakes-
morning. No, when he leaves the airport, he's going to his mom's house.
Right.
The officer Tenpenny and them arrest him, take his clothes and all his money,
Yeah.
and throw him back in the Ballah's neighborhood. And he's like, "Oh shit."
Here we go again, starting from scratch.
Yeah.
It's like you apply that to any manager situation. Like, sorry, my brain just jumps straight to manager. You know, like all those women, they are definitely all named Karen with the same "Can I speak to your manager" haircut. You know what I mean?
You're like, oh,
it's like
shit.
clocking to work. She's the first one in line. Oh shit! Here we go again.
My favorite one is like, two text messages. One is at fucking like 11 a.m. saying hi, and then there's one at 2 a.m. and it says, "You up?" and it says, "Oh shit, here we go again." Oh man, that's a good one. Good choice.
All you had to do was suck the dick, CJ.
All you had to do was suck the dick, CJ. All right.
All
right.
So number 7.
It's me again, huh? Okay, so number 7 is Nothing Great About Britain by Slow Tie.
Oh, Slow Tie's a grime rapper.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like grime rap.
This
Yeah.
album is pretty sick, and
Yeah.
it's something that I still need to really go through.
Yeah.
And the first song that plays, it's kind of weird because it's good and it's rapping on time.
Yeah.
But something about the beat
It's
feels
grime,
like
baby.
off.
Yeah.
Is that how grime is?
There's like, if you listen to a lot of oh my god, what's his name? Oh my
It's like they got a 3/4 beat or
Tempa
something.
T. Tempa T, he's like, he raps in mostly like fucking what do you call, it's like a type of reggae dance hall music. It starts with an S and I can't, soca. He raps to soca beats, right?
Yeah.
And the thing about soca is it's in clave, so it's like, but then there's so much other shit going on. You're like, wait, where's the
Yeah,
gap?
yeah.
And then there's a 4 to the floor, so you get
Yes,
confused.
yes.
And he's rapping like, so yeah, that's one of the, like, yeah, some grime dudes have like weird cadences because they're very, grime is very, as much as it's a UK thing, it's very influenced by like the Caribbean and dance hall music and soca and shit like that. So their like rhythmic sensibilities are different than our Western, you know what I mean, rhythmic sensibilities. So it's like it takes a little bit of adjusting.
I see. It's sick though.
Yeah,
I like it.
I like Slow Tie
And-
a lot. Isn't there? There's a Skepta
sorry.
feature on there, right?
I guess I just
Yeah.
like put it on. Didn't really look at any of the names.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a Skepta feature in there because that's the one song I've heard. I gotta listen to the whole album.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And he was also featured in the Flume
Oh,
album
really?
I told you about.
Oh, dope. Yeah.
So.
Sick. Oh, it's me, huh?
Yep.
I'm over here trying to open a fucking Sprite with lean in it. I'm just kidding. There's no lean. I don't have that kind of money right now.
lean in it.
My number 7 is probably gonna surprise some folks because I really like this album, but I just haven't gone back to it as much as other shit. It's Igor by Tyler the Creator. Fucking great album.
I'm pretty sure I've listened to most of that.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
I think you forced me to listen to most of that.
It's really good,
It's
right?
good.
Here's the thing about
Yeah.
Tyler. I feel like as you follow his career,
Golf.
you could tell golf. You could tell that he's slowly being more honest to what he actually likes, and it's starting to come out
Yeah.
musically because he's also becoming a better musician. Like his keyboard skills now
Fucking
these
Earthquake
days,
is the shit.
it's so good.
fucking
And the
amazing.
video is fucking incredible.
Earthquake. Sorry,
Yeah, Earthquake.
Earthquake.
And the actual the actual story that he tells throughout the album was really interesting. So definitely listen to it as much as you can. There's some cool features in there from like Playboy Cardi and shit like that isn't credited. It's just you have to just kind of know what you're listening for. But sometimes it's hard because he pitches everyone differently. Really dope. But yeah, if you're expecting like a straight hip hop album, you ain't getting that.
Yeah.
But it's really dope. Anyway, yeah, that's my number 7, Igor. Listen to that shit.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Number
Shit.
7, me and baby.
Ah, shit. Here we go again. All right, my number 7. So, I think this is one of those that picked up steam in, like, it started in 2018 but picked up steam in 2019.
Uh-huh.
It's Darth Maul with the double-bladed lightsaber. First the first one and then the other one. So it's like, you know, depression, musical talent.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's
yeah,
true.
that's-
it's
it's
it's pretty relevant in
Yeah,
these
it's
days.
It was like one side is like daddy issues, fucking miniskirts, some shit like that.
Fucking mini skirts.
I don't know, some shit. I don't know.
That's a good one though. I like that
Yeah.
one. What are your opinions on that one, Dark Ruffalo?
I'm sorry, I was.
It was miles away.
What happened? Okay, I'm not gonna make you repeat that,
yeah,
but I'm just gonna say I enjoyed that one.
Memes, bitches.
Oh, okay. I kind of because I heard about the Darth Maul.
It's a
but I
two-pronged
see
approach.
that. I think I've seen that.
You definitely
actually.
have because it's
Yeah.
one of the more popular memes.
Yeah.
Also, side note, Darth Maul is one of my favorite fucking characters in the Marvel
You know, I like his design.
Star Wars universe.
I like his design, but he didn't do anything in Phantom Menace.
No, not
I
Phantom
mean, like
Menace,
the
but all
movie
the-
was trash.
Yeah.
You know,
all
so we-
the from there on, everything Darth Maul has been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
With like Clone Wars shit, all the Clone Wars shit, his little cameo in Solo, and whatever the fuck that means for Red Dawn in the future and all that shit, and his ending in what was the in Rebels. Like,
Yeah.
that was great, except for the final fight, but whatever, that's a separate issue. But yeah, no, the Darth Maul thing just stuck out for me because I fucking love Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Like that's
I mean, it's a funny one too.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and it's versatile.
Right, it's
Yeah.
another one of those where it's just like, it's like you can't have one without the other kind of meme.
Word.
You know, it's,
I agree
it's
with that.
pretty straightforward.
Much agreed. All right. Is it me that gives number 6 right now, or do you give number 6?
Oh shit, I do give him.
Yeah, you give number 6. So, Dark Ruffalo, what's your number 6 album?
Number
In the
six.
mid-year of 2019, motherfucker. I feel like the energy levels got low there.
I know,
so
right?
it's like-
Turn up, turn up!
Hit me with a
So-
motherfucking air horn!
Dab.
So I think you posted
What I post?
something about this band. Actually, it's
Does it run your pockets?
Is it Run Your Pockets?
Wade's Blood.
Oh,
wait.
wow.
I saw him at the Independent.
Yeah, he saw him
and
at the
they're
They're
gonna be
really
showing up at
good.
Outside
They're really
Lands.
good. They kind of remind me of kind of like what are they called?
Hippie?
Kind of like Fleetwood Mac-ish.
Oh,
kind
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Very hippie vibe. Very.
Do they
cheap,
sound like tennis then?
Not as they sound more theatrical to me.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it feels like it's almost like not exactly like an opera. Like how would you?
I'd say
Like an arena.
It's
almost.
very ambiance.
Yeah.
But-
Ambient.
Here's the
It's
thing, it
just
doesn't
more
make-
dramatic. I
Yeah.
think.
There,
It's more
the
dramatic.
music has energy, but you don't want to get up and dance. You just want to fucking appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's operatic.
They're gonna be at
It's
Outside
operatic
Lands
for
this
the
year.
place. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for sure.
Yeah.
You should go. Stop
There's
playing
a
games.
there's a chance
Anderson
I might
Paak's
only
gonna
be
be
able
there
to do Friday.
Oh shit!
Uh,
Really?
you haven't seen the lineup? You son of a bitch.
There's a
I
chance
haven't.
I might only be able to do Friday because of my work schedule. But
No, you take it off.
I'll try it because I need the 3 weekends off. Because I'm going to fucking Warp Tour too.
You're gonna choose Warp Tour over Outside Lands?
Well, I mean, I could do all. I'm trying to do all three, like Warp Tour, Dav, and Outside Lands. This
Is crazy. I don't want to talk about this on the podcast. My heart is fucking breaking right now.
It's not like I have a
My
limit.
number
Ain't no limit to
6.
the number of vacations.
You're the one that's saying like I might not be able to do it, so take it off. You just said you might not be able to do it.
No, just because it's 3 things. In a
You
row.
should just
That's
take it off.
Yeah, I will.
My number 6 album. You mentioned Flatbush Zombies earlier. They're part of this. It's "Escape from New York" by Beast Coast. You know who Beast Coast is?
Yeah.
Okay, well, dope.
I don't.
Beast Coast is, you remember Flatbush Zombies?
Kinda.
See, we spoke. Must be from
These
these
are like
Chinese because we spoke
smoky
a
sour weed. I
Sawadee.
fucking love that dude.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
The
so,
dudes.
so Beast Coast is like a super group between Flatbush Zombies,
Alright.
the Underachievers, another New York-based hip-hop group. It's 2 dudes, and then Pro Era, which is like Joey Badass, Kirk Knight, CJ Fly, Nick Caution, all those cats.
All right.
And ASAP Mob is loosely affiliated with them too, but they're not part of this album. So they all 3 came together and fucking put an album out. And it's, you would expect 3 big groups from New York to put out some fucking boom bap, just bars, facts, B in my
Right,
Tims.
right.
It's actually a fucking melodic ass album.
See, I love that sort of shit where it just like
Yeah.
goes against expectations.
Right.
I love that.
But
sort
you
of shit,
still get the bars, right?
which are necessary
Exactly.
for good music.
I think the key here, though, is that the real, like, it wasn't Joey Badass and Michi Darko that was, like, leading the charge
Yeah.
in making this album. It was Eric the Architect Elliott from Flatbush Zombies, who's their main producer there,
Yeah.
and Kirk Knight, who's the main producer for Pro Era. So those 2 guys were like, we're just going to make all these cool-ass beats, and they, like, created very melodic songs. So they actually, instead of giving us fucking 5-minute-long songs of everybody spitting 64s, to, like, here's some actual songs, and it's really solid. My favorite song is The Last Choir. This is the last song. Really good. You should listen to it.
Okay.
Really dope.
Give it a shot.
Cool. It's meme time, yeah?
Ooh,
Yep.
diddy. All right, so this is another Avengers one. It's Thor's "I'm Still Worthy." He's summoned his hammer and shit. It's like when the Wi-Fi connects to the bar you haven't been to in like hella years.
Okay. I was like, where you going with this one?
Or when you go back to your mom's house and she's like just tells you to clean up your room and shit like that. It's like kind of a feel good feeling.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very, very
That one seems like a...
relatable.
I feel like that one's should have been lower on the list, huh?
Yeah.
But whatever,
maybe
it's your list. Whatever, it's
Right,
your
I mean,
list.
it's kind of in the middle.
Hey, it's your list.
It's like, because it applies to so many
The
things.
black hole one is so much better, in my
is,
opinion.
it is.
In my opinion.
I know. But I feel like the black hole can only be used as kind of like a slapstick.
That's true.
type
I
of
guess
thing.
it's not
You
as
can't go too deep
versatile.
with it.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
go
not
too
as
deep.
versatile.
The
I
I'm
feel
So
that.
Worthy thing has options to it.
That's true.
Has
That's
a
fair.
lot of usability. I'd say
fair.
that's why it's like in the middle somewhere.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on this, Dark Ruffalo? He did it again. Or what's happening
I'm
here?
just looking through my list.
I feel like we fucking suck today.
Yeah, I know. Right?
This
Looking
podcast
through
sucks
a
dick
list.
right now.
I'll pay attention next. I'm just looking
Next
through my
time.
list. I feel like I'm missing one, so I'm just kind of like freaking out.
This podcast fucking
Freaking
sucks
out.
today.
I'm freaking out.
Do we need James? Is that
I think he's
our podcast
Yeah.
sucks because we did today because James isn't here?
Oh, man.
That is the last thing I wanted.
Team Rocket blast off at the speed of fuck.
Well,
All right, what number are we on?
5.
5. Let's see. All right, let's see.
Who gave the last album?
You.
It was me, so I go first.
Just you.
Oh yeah.
So, number 5. Man, I wanted this to be my number 1. But it wasn't as... It didn't have as much replay value.
Yeah.
But I loved it. It's 2009 by Wiz Khalifa and Currency. It was their follow-up to their fucking absolute classic mixtape from the year 2009 called How Fly. Oh my god. That literally influences directly what kind of hip-hop music I make. Because of that sound. And like the ethos that Currency and Wiz Khalifa instilled in me when I was a wee lad. And me and Jay Harmony, we always say Jay Harmony's favorite rapper of all time is Currency. Mine's Wiz Khalifa. And when you put me and Jay together, the reason why we sound dope is because we sound like those two cats together. My favorite song is No Cloud Chasing. Listen to the hook on that shit. Wiz Khalifa's hook is fucking amazing.
I like Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz is the shit, bro.
He is the shit.
He's the
Listening
shit.
to him for what, like, how long has he been around?
Dude, he's been out
fucking ever.
yeah, since like 07 is when like, he
Yeah.
really started like making music.
Yeah.
He started to really blow up with his mixtapes in 2009, 2010,
Yeah.
and then Black and
like
Yellow
right out of
happened
high
in
school first.
2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, Black and Yellow is 2011. He drops fucking Rolling
You know
Papers.
what it is.
Rolling Papers, even though people like make fun of that album because that was his like pop album, fucking hella dope album. But and he had hits on there. He had Black and Yellow on there. He had On My Level with Too Short. He had fucking So Up We Go. So
I
Up.
fucking
Love that song. We sampled it in fucking Swishman Side. Roll one, smoke one. If you live like this, you're supposed to party.
Uncle Snoop.
Come on, bro. Anyway, that's my number 5. Wiz Khalifa, Spitta, 2009.
Nice. So my number
Nice,
5.
nice. He wasn't listening again.
So my number 5 now, right?
Yep.
It's Falls. Everything Not Saved Will Be
Falls,
Lost. Part
okay.
1. I mean, you know Falls,
I know
right?
Falls.
Yeah. Do you?
I
Did
haven't
you?
listened to this album.
No.
No.
What? Like, did you listen to Falls at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I listen to Falls. Yeah.
I think they've gotten a lot better. Because like,
Yeah.
they kind of fill in that gap for me that I'm wanting from Block Party. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely, but I feel like they're like a Block Party on anesthesia, though. They're like not as dynamic, but they're still Block Party.
Yeah,
sounding.
yeah. I think they're much more like, kind of like, what's the word for it? Like the beat is always kind of like
Yeah.
fast, and even though they have their slow songs and they
Right.
do have dynamics, it's not the same as Block Party. Block Party has a more like, I don't know, punky sound. I
Yeah, they're
guess.
definitely if you're looking at like a post-punk sounding band, they're definitely more punk than post.
Yeah. False. I like False. I think they're just scratching that itch for me that's missing from Block Party. Because Block Party now,
Yeah.
I don't really like at all.
Fucking awful now. I
Yeah.
agree.
But yeah,
All right,
that's that.
that's number 5. What's up, Wolfie?
Meme.
All right. I shall meme you good. All right. So my number 5 is Thanos saying, "I don't even know who you are." So this could be applied to a lot of situations here. The one that stuck with me, it's like when your dad comes back from the store
Finally.
5 years later, tried to beat your ass. I don't even know who you are.
All right. That kind of strikes a chord with me a little bit.
Yeah, I like
Good.
that.
Humor must hurt first.
All
But
right.
again, very applicable to a lot of situations.
Word.
Yep.
All right.
When
What's
the
number
bartender you thought was hitting on you isn't
don't-
actually hitting on you.
I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Shouts out to Scarlet Witch. She actually has
Ooh.
bigger titties in real life.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. All right. Number 4. Dark Ruffalo.
Number
Lord.
4. I think you'd be happy with this one.
Okay.
But When We All Fall Asleep by Billie Eilish.
Ah, where do we fall asleep? Where do we go? I want to envy.
But
Envy.
I think it's like this
She
album.
nailed the indie sound for sure.
I mean, yes and no.
The
Yeah, is it
modern
indie
sound.
though?
I
Like
don't think it
feel
is.
like a
It's
lot of
definitely
people-
more artistic than pop songs.
Yeah,
but
like
Yeah.
I kind of not. I think it's not being fair, but kind of lump her with kind of like the Lord
Right.
type
Definitely.
of music, you know, where it's like
Yeah.
pop, but it's
pop.
Yeah.
artsy.
Right.
But I think this one comes off more authentic to me
And cutting edge.
and cutting edge, yeah, and like has a lot of personality.
Yeah.
Just like even
Word.
the intro is like with their Invisalign, you know.
I think that's such a fucking personality is probably the best way to put it because in many ways when she first came out, I did lump her in with Lord and Halsey and those people, and Lana Del Rey. But the difference between Billie and those three is like those three are both almost interchangeable, and Billie really doesn't sound like them anymore.
No,
I feel
no.
like people don't know what to compare her to, so they just go to the closest thing. And her earlier
Which
stuff
is a great place to be.
it is,
honestly.
it is. But their
That's where
earlier
Bjork
stuff,
was for the longest time.
yeah. But even then, like you know what, Bjork might be a great comparison.
Comparison,
for me.
Yeah, I
yeah.
see
Wow,
that.
Wolfie, that's a
Yeah.
freaky goosebump moment. Hit me with a motherfucking air horn. Shit, I almost fell.
Spooker
No, but
dooker.
that's actually true
No,
though.
that is very
That's actually
accurate,
true.
you know, yeah.
Because when she first came out,
Bjork's
and
weird
again,
as
like
shit, and love it.
yeah, and keep in mind, again, she's 17, y'all. So when she had put out her older stuff, she was 15 when she did Ocean Eyes. So of course she sounds like Lana because that's probably what she was listening to hella much.
Mm-hmm.
But now, if you listen to anything on When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Nothing sounds like a Lana Del Rey song.
Yeah.
Nothing sounds
Yeah,
like
she
a
has her
Lord
own
song.
sound now.
Yeah, nothing sounds like a Lord song. I could hear some
Influences?
Halsey stuff, but Bjork is probably the best.
I think
comparison.
so. If Bjork had a more like
If Bjork came out today,
hip hop,
yeah,
type of modern type,
right?
yeah,
Because think about when Bjork grew up. She grew
80s,
up
90s?
in
No, her
70s.
music came out.
Yeah.
Her music
70s.
came out 80s, 90s.
Yeah, and she grew up in the 70s, so that's a lot of folk music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why if there's one baseline semblance of what you could put through all of her songs, it's probably like folk something.
Yeah.
So with Billie, where she grew up, hip hop.
Yeah.
So it's like hip hop influenced pop
Something.
music. You know what I mean?
Right.
And dog, like you said, man, personality really, I think. Yeah.
yeah, and her songs though,
Yeah.
like are pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the like bad guy that.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
And
Honestly, I
it,
think that's
like
my
there's
favorite song
that
here.
personality comes too because
Yeah.
that whoa,
I'm a
Whoa,
bad
whoa, whoa.
guy.
that sounds like it's something you'd hear in a early sci-fi cartoon.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And the big thing too is like, and I'll get into this more, but like, the big thing is her brother Phineas produces everything.
Yeah.
And when you are that close, like I'm sure like he's able to produce things off of the strength of knowing her personality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could tell these beats were made for her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I remember the first time I really listened to Billie Eilish is through our podcast.
Yeah.
With
yeah.
that song "Burn."
Watch.
But they're talking about things
I
burning,
sit and
and like
watch the car.
that's good, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not something that usually I go to listen to. or look for.
Yeah. It's definitely more of a normal pop song.
Yeah,
compared to-
normal
yeah.
pop song. I would have never seen this album, its trajectory to lead to this. It's like dark, you know.
Because you didn't listen to the whole album.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, the Don't Smile at Me EP, like even though like in many ways this did surprise me to the point where at first I was like, I don't know. But then the more I listened to it, I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
It did surprise me in a sense. But at the same time, knowing like some of the more songs that like, if you listen to Don't Smile at Me, there's like songs that I really loved, which is most of it. But then you could tell there was sounds that she liked and she kind of went back to it. Because in many ways that last EP was like very scatterbrained. But like the sound she kept going back to ended up really sounding like what
I
this is
see,
going to be.
I see.
So it was surprising in a sense because she went full blown that way. But yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking
because
awesome.
most pop artists would go for like I mean, it's not like they weren't going for hits or anything,
Right.
but they're going
They're-
for that commercial.
For
you
sure.
know?
She's like she
they gotta make
intentionally
money.
got weirder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And
which
that's
is
so
her
dope.
appeal.
Which is
in the
dope
first
as fuck.
place. Yeah.
I feel like once you've actually caught on to that kind of demographic that digs that kind of music, that opens the gateway to get even weirder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you have that revenue stream, I guess. End of the
Yeah.
day, it is technically still a business, right?
Yeah.
So if there's no money to be made,
Yeah.
you're not going to hear it.
Yeah. That
Like, at least the masses
Right.
won't.
Yeah.
Because Billie Eilish is fucking huge.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's why you got to commend her though too for taking that type of risk because she
Right.
really
you
could
won't
have.
find a new market unless
You
take a
really
risk,
could have
yeah.
just like she easily could have just made more Lana sounding songs for the rest of her life and been fine. But she's like,
Yeah.
fuck that. Yeah.
What's her background, by the way? Where's she?
Oh, she's like
She was
some rich, weird
homeschooled.
homeschool
Yes.
kid from LA.
Yeah.
Shouts
so-
out to LA. There's a lot of us talented people from out there.
There's like Taylor Swift and her entire banker family. Like,
She could have, if Billie wanted to go Taylor Swift, she could. She
Yeah.
sings so great that she could do whatever the fuck she wants and she'll be fine.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's so dope that she's like, I choose to be crazy.
And I think with this one too, because with their previous songs, it's really showcasing how great she sings.
Yeah.
This album didn't worry about that.
Yeah.
You know, they're
I
not.
agree. She was very like subdued in
Yeah,
her vocals.
yeah.
It's like it was just amazing songs and like the art she wanted to put out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I love Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift too. I'm not hating. Shouts out to T Swift.
T Swizzle.
So from going to a very cutting edge album, my number 4 is far from that, but it's lit, my nigga. It's
What?
"Baby on Baby" by Da Baby.
What the fuck?
Dude.
What is that?
Yo, he's a rapper from Charlotte, and he sounds like everything you want Migos to sound like all the time. Like I feel like Migos, I still love Migos, but as slowly they've been getting boring. Like they haven't like tried anything.
Yeah.
And it's like the same song over and over, and they don't rap crazy over it anymore. You know, The Baby takes like that aesthetic, but spits. But it's not like over the fucking top, like oh swimming pool lyrical miracle. You know what I mean? It's not that shit, but he's spitting. And it's just some of the catchiest songs ever. And again, like the main criteria is, what have I listened to the most? I listened to "Baby on Baby," the song "Baby on" or "Going Baby," the song fucking, and funny enough, Offset from Migos is on this song
Fuck
called
yes.
"Babysitter." And
Alright, I'll
Offset,
check it out.
I feel like the Baby inspired Offset to rap good again because Offset's verse on that was fucking crazy. But yeah, it's just
is.
turn up music, bro, and it's lit. And like I listen to it all the time, and I probably will listen to it all the time because slowly I keep falling in love with all these other songs, and I'm just like, damn, this shit is just fucking lit. It's lit. What could I do? And the Baby's the shit. And you should watch his Funk Master Flex freestyle. He proves that he can rap, bro. He can rap. He's sweet. He's
sure?
swag. All right,
Is it meme time?
meme number 4.
Ooh. So in our politically correct culture,
Oh boy.
so it's a fucking SpongeBob meme, right? And those are timeless. This one is again one of those from 2018, probably even 2017, that's gained or regained momentum in 2019. It's where he's pursing his lips and pointing to his name tag that says "professional retard."
Oh my god.
So that could apply to, let's say, what was the one that it was like when you're in school and you know you're crushing on this chick hella hard and turns out she's actually crushing, dropping hell hints all over the fucking place. She's like, "Hey, let's study together." It's like, "Nah, I already, I'm good. I already like did the test. Like,
It's
It's like professional retard." Again, it's relatable.
It's relatable. I feel
yeah.
like you're losing steam here, brother.
I mean, I like it. Just I don't know.
The ones that you had lower on the list was so good.
I know.
Am I doing this list backwards?
I hope you are because
I don't
this is
know.
like.
I-
Are we? This
it
is what is
stuck
this
out
what
to
we're,
me.
we're devolving to as a culture? Retard
guess
jokes.
so.
I mean, yes, or it's like it's always
I mean,
It's a
I get
give
the
and take.
context of why. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
why
I
it's
get it.
funny.
yeah.
I just
But,
like
like-
the anatomy of the joke is just
Yeah.
like it's like an AB rhyme pattern.
It is. There's not a lot of depth to it, but I kind of like that in its simplicity.
I still think the black hole thing is better than
Black
this.
Hole is
Black
pretty
Hole
fucking
is
good.
so good.
But
It's
like, there's where the whole subjectivity is. The other
Right.
jokes are funny to us because, like, I don't know. They're much more universal.
And this
you
one
know?
is usually deep
This
fried.
one is just.
This one is
This one is
usually
just
deep
like,
fried.
yo, like, but like if you look, think of the application. It's like, oh man, I left my keys at home. Professional retard.
No. See, that's a failed joke. That would get downvoted. Like,
Is this and that wasn't a failed joke?
no, usually it's the edgier shit that gets up, and then it gets deep fried.
Look, this
Edgier,
this
okay.
girl was dropping hits and I didn't pick it up.
No, that's
professional
like
retard.
That's the most vanilla thing I could think of.
All right,
on
let's
the
hear a
moment
fucking
to
good
counter
complex
the word
one.
retard.
Let's hear a good complex one, you son of a fucking bitch.
on.
You're robbing these people, these lovely
These
people.
good tax-paying
You're robbing
people.
these tax-paying Americans
Oh,
of their
God.
time. They're spending time. You know what the most valuable thing you have in life is time, and they're giving you. So far, they've given us 55 minutes of their time, and you've wasted it with this bullshit ass fucking meme.
But are they still listening? Professional retard.
Oh, I
Okay, I think we should move on.
I
from
get
that,
it, but
dude.
it's still not that.
I get it. I
funny.
get it. I think the punchline is like not the funniest part,
Exactly.
and it's not even because
Why are you
like,
Why are you shooting him, Bill?
huh?
Why are you shooting him,
I'm
Bill?
not shooting him
He's a
Bill,
convicted
man.
felon. That's strike 3, nigga.
Ooh, bye.
You feel the beeping?
coming.
You feel the beeping on your fucking ankle monitor?
Charger.
Okay.
All
move
right,
on.
that was
Let's move
awful.
on.
Okay. So where are we at? Number 3,
Number
and it's
3,
me, right?
Yeah, it is you.
This is probably going to surprise a lot of people. So now that we're in our top 3, we're probably going to go a little harder, and I think we have enough time to
Okay.
go a little harder. People are going to be surprised with this number 3. This number 3 is Dedicated by Carly Rae Jepsen.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised. Well, I was surprised that it's not higher.
Yeah. You're surprised how low it is.
Yeah.
You want to know what I think happened?
What?
I think she put out all of her best songs as singles before the album dropped. And she like there was such time I mean, when did Emotion come out? 2015. Emotion Side B came out 2016. Then after that, just like singles here and there until 2019.
Are they in the album, the singles?
The oldest one is Party for One, which came out last year. You know what I mean? And that was like meh. It was good. You know what I mean? It sounded like a reject from Emotion. You know what I mean?
I see.
But out of the 13 songs, 8 of them is fucking dope. What's up, Vin?
Hey,
Holla at your fucking boy.
Yo,
Say hi to the tax-paying Americans that listen to this podcast.
Hello, Americans.
Third mic, right
This is Vinny.
What's up, America?
Hey,
Canadian. How you guys doing?
Yeah.
people from
Go-
Toronto.
Go Raptors, baby.
They're doing it.
Yeah.
Colors.
So that was brought to you by Vin. But yeah, I think out of the 13 songs, 8 of them were really good though. So obviously, like it's number 3, it's still really high, but it wasn't my number 1.
It still made the list. You
Did
know, at
very
least-
high on the list too. It'll stay on the list too.
Yeah.
Because I'm started like the more you listen to it, especially me, I'm definitely gonna give this album more of a
Yeah.
chance because I love her so much. But there's some songs that just don't fit in it. There's a song called "I'll Be Your Girl," which would be a dope song on its own. But like, what the fuck? Like, her style is like she wants to sound like 80s influenced, right?
Yeah.
And then try to modernize it a little bit, but stay kind of true to the 80s sound. And then this one is just like a random like. It sounds like a Voxtrot song. You're like, all right, what the fuck? I mean, this is cool, but like, I didn't need that. And it's like right in the middle of the album too. You're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, why is this happening here? But it's a good song. But I just didn't need it there. But the highlights are like fucking the album opens with a song called Julian, and it's just as like dancey and euphoric as you want it to be. And her lyrical content now is getting a little bit edgier, which isn't saying too much, but she's talking about fucking now and shit like that.
That's like the Harry Potter books when they're getting older.
Yeah, and they're instead of like fucking looking at each other, they're fucking like lightly holding hands without crossing fingers. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And like the second song's called "No Drug Like Me." Ooh, she fucking edgy, and she talks about like if you make me feel in love, then I'll blossom for you. Oh, she's talking about her pussy get wet. Ooh, it's edgy.
I mean,
But dog, like I'm talking shit about it, but it's actually a really solid album. If you like just good pop music, Carly Rae's you could never go wrong. She has a formula and she sticks to it and it works. Some songs
it's
miss.
fun.
Yeah,
Her
it's
sound
fun.
is fun.
The big thing too is like, unfortunately, like Emotion was so unexpected when she first dropped it because she was coming off of Call Me Maybe.
Right.
Emotion, like how could you? She went for such a more indie aesthetic with
Works
Emotion,
so
and it's just.
fucking well.
But it was just like it was so surprising that like most people were surprised, and like even Anthony Fantano said it in his review for Dedicated. He was saying like it's so crazy to see how many like straight grown men care so much about Emotion because like dog, it's like if you love pop music like and then you hear Emotion, you're like what the fuck. So then you get like so attached to this fucking perfect album that following it up was gonna be so crazy. Like, and think about how she had to follow up Call Me Maybe, and the way she did it was she like fucking shocked people with this sound,
Yeah.
and now she has to fucking do it again, and there's no way she was gonna be able to follow up Emotion the way that Emotion followed up Call Me Maybe. So we're all gonna be a little underwhelmed, but at the end of the day, there's about 8 songs on there that I will slap all summer, and I'll cry to when I'm on Molly. We can't ask
They're
for more.
very, very Molly-oriented songs. It's
Dog,
like
remember
every
when we were
single
listening to
note and
fucking-
bass reverberation seems to tingle the Molly sensors.
No, no, it's true. Remember when we were listening to "Now That I Found You"?
Yeah.
Now there's nothing like this
And
feeling,
there's, like, the
baby,
room
now that
sound
I
just, like,
found
increases
you.
and-
And then imagine rolling to that. I will be June 28th, baby. We're going. It's lit.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, also, I found it.
nope. You're not gonna give a meme right now.
No. What?
It's not your turn yet.
All right. What?
Wait. Is it?
Is it for Carly Rae Jepsen?
The SpongeBob one that you just said, where you
Yeah.
look for examples. I guess you could say that.
All right,
I guess-
fine.
Really quick. School shooter sneezes. Me. Bless you. Professional retard.
That one's funnier.
Yeah, that's funnier. But
It's still
hilarious.
like
it's
nigga,
sad.
like,
That's
come on,
sad as
bruh.
fuck.
But it's not even like a funny sad. It's just like,
I
all
don't
right.
Like fucking.
Vec, let's just
Hold
hey
on.
man, I that's your list. It's number 4 no matter what, or it's number 3 or number 4 no matter what we say.
all- yeah.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Alright.
I wouldn't retweet that shit, nigga. I got too many followers to not disappoint.
It goes with combined.
Jesus
memes.
Christ, we're spending too much time on this fucking meme.
Let's move on.
Are we
Okay,
not
my
gonna
number
let me
3.
finish my Carly Rae fucking
Oh.
fucking assholes? Whatever, I don't want to talk about it anymore. What's your number 3?
Number 3 is "Gray Area" by Little Sims.
Nice.
Yeah, so Little Sims is a Grimes rapper, but
Grimes it's a grime rapper.
Grime rapper.
Grimes is
Grimes
the DJ
is the fucking
who fucking
Yeah.
was dating Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. They're not anymore.
Wait, did they, they
we
broke up?
broke.
Yeah,
Oh,
we broke them
that
up.
news
Oh, we broke that news. Yeah,
on the podcast.
the mid-year podcast last year.
Yeah.
Oh, full circle.
Oh my god! All right, but this is a good album. I think you guys should listen to it because, like,
So
I first heard of Little Sims through
Gorillaz. Yeah.
They had a single together called Garage Palace, and it's sick because it had that like instrumentation that was like very video gamey, you know. And I also saw her live, and she was amazing live. But I've never really listened to her music.
Yeah.
And when this came out, it's like a fusion of kind of like more like hip hop
Yeah.
type of beats, you know,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
still kind of like gritty.
Yeah.
And I don't know, she just sounds sick when she's rapping. She has a really cool accent.
Yeah,
And-
yeah. That's why I love grime rappers because their accent first and foremost.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, ah.
It
And then
definitely
I like
sticks
it.
out, but it sounds great. And like, I mean, based on what I'm hearing from like grime music, it's kind of like hard, you know,
Yeah.
hitting all the time,
Yep.
and it's like all that huge bass.
Mm-hmm.
This felt more like actual songs.
Word.
You know, like
Yeah.
where she had hooks that are very memorable. Like she has a Selfish.
Yeah.
It was like, how does it go? Dun, 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 dun. I'm so selfish, and then it just has that really sick hook.
Yeah.
So even though she's talking about like, I mean, first of all, she's talking about like, with that song, how she's just selfish, how like, but really it's kind of like almost like a way of keeping herself,
Yeah.
protected. You know,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like doing all these selfish acts makes her feel not attached to someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it just like has a lot of like woman power kind of like, you know, type of songs.
Yeah.
But they feel genuine and not pandering.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so easy to pander to that. these
Yeah,
days,
like you can tell this person is empowered, you know, like
Yeah.
this person feels like she
Right.
can take on the world,
Right.
and she's showing it through her art.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's dope. I first heard about her too through Gorilla, so I will definitely check that out.
Check it out, man. Check it out.
Number 3 meme.
All right. Number 3 meme is more of a physicality thing than an actual text or image. Usually a video, a lot of the times on TikTok. It's called cheesing.
What's
okay.
cheesing?
So when you take a piece of American cheese and slap
Oh,
it on
yeah.
a fucking
Oh.
baby's face or a cat's head or
Oh,
some
I've
shit.
seen
Yeah,
those.
just like there's casual cheesing where it's an actual fucking stranger just in public, just slap it on their fucking face. Walking past an old lady in a bus, boom, cheese in the face. Fucking an unsuspecting dog, he finna eat that, whatever. Boom, cheese in the face.
Wow.
Children,
I've seen
defenseless, extra cheese. I hate kids.
Wasn't there one too? I don't know if this was exactly cheesing, but it was just like "Happy Halloween" from the Cheese Burglar, and then it's just a dude just throwing fucking cheese on
Yeah,
people's
it-
fucking at night.
Along the same vein.
Yeah. That's really okay.
And I would
Yeah,
do it,
it's
but
just
that's
All
fun.
right, you redeemed yourself.
Yeah,
you
no,
son of a
shit's fun.
bitch. Dope.
But the way you started off the intro, though, I had no idea where
I know,
that
I was
was
like,
going.
oh my God.
Based more like on sensation, you said?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think, or
it was more physicality. I'm like, nigga, what kind of porn meme is this?
For this meme, I have to touch your knee.
Sometimes followed by Sandstorm by Darude.
All right,
Oh, shit.
Cheesing.
I'm giving my number 2, right?
you're giving your number 2.
Yeah. So number 2. And, you know, I feel like my last 3 albums kind of have a similar sound going for them.
Yeah.
As far as instrumentation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Ventura by Anderson .Paak.
Ooh.
And I feel like, yeah, if you definitely, not to go back to my previous for number 3, but I feel like the 3 albums I have lined up
Yeah.
have that instrumentation that sound like more soul.
Yeah.
You know?
Word. I feel that. Yeah. Agreed.
But Ventura has some
So good. Man.
great songs.
I've not listened
Make
to
it
that.
better.
Dude.
Artist. Yeah.
Made it better.
Make it better.
Make it better. Right?
Featuring
Send me some of
Smokey
Send me some of that
Robinson.
shit. I haven't heard a
Smokey
single song.
You
from
should-
that.
Really,
Dude.
it's sick.
You'll like it because you like oldies,
I do.
and it's like, dude,
I
he stays true to
Yeah.
it.
All right.
The one thing though that I would say why it's not my number 1, and I think I just haven't like listened to it enough. But every time I do listen to it, I feel like there's a certain part, like everything's great instrumentation wise. I could tell the composition and the writing's amazing. But towards the middle, I feel like it's kind of starting to sound like the same type of feel for the
feel that.
songs.
Yeah.
When I feel like it could actually like try to experiment more, or
Yeah.
like, you know, like kind of like get out more of
Agreed.
the comfort zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree so much that you're gonna be surprised to know that my number 2 album is also Ventura by
Oh,
Anderson
shit.
.Paak.
No way.
But that was my number 1.
I'll be like, no way.
Ooh. But that was my number 1. So it came out in early March, and it's been my number 1 since then until 3-4 days ago, because of that same thing. And I think every single song on there is great.
Yeah.
I do think that. I think that the highlights are so high that
Yeah.
I mean, number 2 is nothing to sneeze at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On my list, the highs are so high. Make It Better is probably the best song of the year.
That's my favorite song
Of
too,
the
and that's
year.
why it's like
That high.
here, that
Yeah.
high. That song itself carries that
Oh my
whole
God.
album. Because I mean, I don't want to say that if you had bad songs there,
Right.
that it's still gonna stay there because of that song. Like every
Right.
song is good.
Yeah.
It just make it better. Makes you want to keep coming back
Yeah,
to it.
always.
Like instrumentation is so poignant.
Yeah.
You know, with how like
Yeah.
minimal but still
Right.
like
Usually,
it is, yeah.
usually with Anderson .Paak songs, the drums are crazy because he's playing them, and he's like, "Nah, dog, we're gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna let the melody carry this shit."
Yeah.
and the Smokey Robinson feature is so perfect because it's like this is the melody that Smokey would have sang
yeah.
in the '60s, in the '50s. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Smokey would have sang this song, and he would have murdered this song.
Mm-hmm.
And Anderson .Paak stayed true to that. And I just think it's so refreshing when you hear songs like this these days because for the most part, everything you hear is so like fucking like formulaic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it's nice to hear a song where you feel
There's
the-
dynamics to it.
yeah,
you know, like
for lack of a better term, like the soul. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like
yeah.
he purposefully does all these crazy runs because he knows that it's not like when you use auto-tune, you can't do a run.
Yeah.
It forces you to like 3 to 5 notes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you hear a song like this, you're like, wow, this is what it sounds like when good musicians play music. It's
Yeah.
not like you had a really most musicians today, and I also think that I fall into this too, is that like most musicians have great ideas.
Yeah.
And now they have the tools to facilitate those ideas. They're not talented musicians, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Anderson .Paak is a fucking talented musician. And
Yeah.
that's why, like, when you hear Make It Better, when you hear fucking, what's the one with Andre 3000 on it, the first song?
Oh yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Oh my God, why am I blanking on the fucking song name? But when you hear those songs and they're just played so masterfully, it's called Come Home.
Oh man.
It's when it's played so masterfully and without the crutch of technology that even I will admit that I fucking use.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, this is what it's, and like that's why when people say, and like
get
it's
that.
always like a jaded, almost a jaded thing to say, we're like, music was better back in the day.
Nah.
Technically, if you're talking about like the actual skill, it was because you were forced to. Now we have technology to make all amazing ideas come to life.
Yeah.
right?
We're not limited by physical
We're not
instruments.
exactly.
But I think that the human ear is still good at picking at what's real and what's not. Kind
I
of like
agree.
with CGI.
Yep,
So
agreed.
like when it's actually done for real,
it's
there's a different
there's
type
an
of
extra
feeling there.
yeah. That's why it sticks to your bones, and that's
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty behind Ventura.
Yeah.
And I know people prefer Oxnard to Ventura, but I didn't like one song, and I really loved Oxnard. I
It's
didn't
great
have-
instrumentation. It's
Yeah.
great play.
Right.
Guitar work and like
Exactly.
all the instrumentations. Yeah.
Right. But there wasn't one song that I was like, no matter what, I will come back to this
Yeah.
song. And Make It Better, sometimes when I have nothing to do, I'm like, I'll listen to Make It Better.
I mean,
You know
you're
what I mean?
probably singing a lot too, right?
Yeah,
It's-
exactly.
Yeah,
Dog,
it
like
sticks.
it's so that's what Oxnard was missing. I think Ventura has that.
Yeah.
And the only thing, the big reason why it's fallen on my list lately is the same thing like you said. Like it all kind of starts to sound like one song when she gets
Yeah.
towards the end. And also, I don't think I discover anything new every time I come back and listen to it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, I know what I got, and that there's beauty behind that, but it just didn't like. It's not something that every time I go back and listen, there's something new, and that's why I keep listening. I'm only going back to it all the time because I just know what I love, and I'm
Yeah.
coming back to it.
I mean, I think that the thing with this album, it's great, but it's not good for listening through an album.
Yeah.
It's good to like from time to time. Oh, I've listened
Yeah,
to
let
Made
me
It
grab
Better.
like 4 of these songs and throw it in a playlist.
Yeah, like even if it's something that you probably didn't care for that much, like later on when you do listen to it,
Yeah.
you do get something out of it because you realize, oh, there's these instrumentations
Right.
here and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
But what I also like about this album, though, even though he's a great musician, is that it's more about the composition
Yeah, I agree.
than it is
Yeah.
the like, I guess like the
The
notes. they're
skill,
playing. The skill, yeah.
I agree. Yeah, it's again like I think he was very genuine to like being true to like a narrative, which is great.
Yeah.
I also like the politically charged shit that he was doing, like King James, where he's like really talking about like how black culture moves everything. It's
Yeah.
fucking amazing. Anyway, like yeah, I mean it's a really great album. Obviously, it's our number 2 for a reason. And yeah,
Sounds deep.
dope. It's
All right.
it's not that deep,
All right.
but yeah, it's our number 2. What's
All
your
right.
number 2 meme? Don't fucking
Mine.
fail me.
So, memes in general, like I said, they exist because they get popular.
Yeah.
There's no other way around. This one's fucking huge. It's the "and it shows" meme, which everyone fucking knows already. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
so
Put it
some of
on
y'all
me.
have
It's the and it shows.
and it shows me.
Yeah.
It started
It
like a
shows me,
series of
okay.
tweets, just snowballed.
You never got hit when you were a kid, and it shows.
And it's like
Yeah.
some of y'all never been yelled at by a middle-aged white lady about something wildly outside the realm of your pay grade while working in the service industry, and it shows.
All right.
Yeah.
This is better than the
Yeah.
fucking.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it's like some of y'all never got chased by your siblings through the house with literally a knife, and it shows.
You want to know why I
It's
like this meme a lot, though? Is because I
It's
use
easy.
this against white people all the time.
Right? No, it's easy to use. It's
You
easy.
never loved your mom, and
That's
it
why
shows.
that's why it's so successful as a meme. It's easy and it applies to
I like that.
literally everything.
I still think that's a softball choice, though.
But no, that's the thing. It's
I see what he's
enjoyable,
doing,
it's
though.
big.
Start strong, kind of fall off a little bit.
Catch him at the end.
Hit me with the air horn.
I see what he's doing. Start strong.
That's going on the preview.
Some of y'all never started strong and then fallen off, and it shows. Some of y'all never had to check the fucking bass drop, fucking hi hat bullshit like 8 million times on Logic Pro, and it shows.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man.
All right. Okay, cool.
right.
So I have to give my number one. Huh?
Yes.
Wow, this really backfired on me. I thought by doing this way, I would give my number one last. But I did my calculations were incorrect.
What? Wait.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. My number one. Oh, this is going to be fun. What do you think my number one is now?
Oh shit. Oh, you know what? I know what it is. It's Billie Eilish.
It is. What? So,
I was gonna say Hybrid Theory.
Because I you know,
I thought this was this year, not my favorite album of all time.
because like it's funny because I had to like think about all the lists you've said so
numb.
far,
Yeah.
and I was like, Billie Eilish has to be there, and you haven't
Yeah.
said it,
Yep.
so it has to be her.
It was Billy and dog. Like, so the album's called When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? So, man, y'all know I'm a Billy fanboy. But when it first came out, I was just like, all right. Because remember, like, I was shocked with how like left she went with. Like, she went totally with like the dark shit, right? And at first I was like, oh damn, I wanted more watches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, did you hear the single that she dropped like around Christmas before this album came out? It's called "Come Out and Play." I think you'll fucking love that song. I think you'll fucking love that song. And I was just like, damn, all of these songs sound like "Come Out and Play," but not as good in my opinion, right?
Okay.
And I still think "Come Out and Play" is better than a lot of songs on this album. But the thing about this album is when I got over the initial shock of like, oh damn, this is like way darker, and I was like, damn, she's not really like showing off how good she sings. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But the more I listened to it, and the more I like fucking like immersed myself in the songs, it really you really did get her personality.
Yeah.
And all of and you do actually have moments of that pop bliss in there. You know what I mean? Some of the low points are fucking low for me though. Or it's really just one. I hate the song "You Should See Me in a Crowd." I hate that song.
Really?
Because every single Tumblr girl in the
kinda like
world,
it.
of course,
Is
you're a
that the
Tumblr
one
girl.
with
You should
that
see
music
me
video?
where the
That's true.
spiders are coming out?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually have a shirt.
I like that song though.
I actually have a shirt of her with that. But anyway, I just think it's just like maybe I hate it because of like I remember I saw her 3 times last year, and every time there was always like those fucking like 16-year-old girls who are like on Tumblr and think they're all hella artsy, and that's the one they go crazy for. And I'm like, this is like a basic ass song. And,
Yeah, it's not the best.
you know,
but-
that's the song that I think Billie is pandering the most. Though.
Yeah.
I feel like she panders in that song. She's like going for like.
It's like they had to put us.
She's going for the edgelords. You know
It's
what I mean?
also
Like,
a very well advised move in terms of.
no, it
food.
is, but I'm just
That's like nobody actually buys.
I
music
understand that, and
more than 16-year-old.
I understand that. I hate the song.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
I hate that song.
I get it.
But like, I Wish You Were Gay is probably Billie's best song ever.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing like I was talking about with like Thank You Next, where it's like the production is amazing, the melody is fucking great, the chorus is an all-timer. That's like an undeniable chorus that is so euphoric, and the verses are not filler. The things that she's talking about is like thought provoking because you see the title and on face value you're like, oh, I knew it. Billie's a lesbian. She wishes a girl was gay. The song is about unrequited love with a male, a straight person, like a hetero-based relationship, quote unquote, and he doesn't like her back.
Heteronormative.
He doesn't like her back, so she's like,
wishes
"Damn,
gay,
I wish
so
you was
he-
just gay, so I
it's
have an
easy.
explanation as
Yeah.
to why you don't fuck with me."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you listen to the lyrics on the verses, she counts down numbers too, but in like a tasteful way, not in like the one is for the way you look. You know what I mean? It's like a tasteful way to do like a countdown. You know what I mean? Crazy. And again, like I think a big part of why you hear so much Billie's personality in this album is because if you look at the liner notes, the writers and producers. I love Carly Rae Jepsen. There's 55 people writing every single song and producing the song. And
Right.
for Billie, it's
Just the
her
two of
and
them,
Phineas.
right? Yeah.
Just them two.
Which is
no pop star.
Respectable as fuck in
Bro,
my opinion.
a
I
se-
actually give
agreed.
a fuck about that.
You should.
More so than the production value.
Well,
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, like at the end of the day, it's not going to be the end all be all, but it should matter.
It makes a
you know what I'm
huge
saying? Yeah.
fucking difference. It means that she's the musician.
Yeah.
It's not a musical team.
So like,
Yeah.
and like, a pop star
She's
at
a
her
musician,
level.
not an entertainer.
Yeah, and a pop star at her level at 17.
Which that's insane.
There's
Even-
no way that a 17-year-old pop
Even
singer.
with the
you gonna let me
huge-
finish the song? There's a 17-year-old pop singer at that commercial height. should never will never have no writers because she all they would care about is being the biggest thing in the world, and that is not her concern.
Yeah.
That's what makes a huge fucking difference for me too. Even with her financial, what's it called? Golden
she's
diving
rich.
board.
Yeah. She's definitely somewhat of a. She has like a
Same thing with
head
Taylor Swift,
start.
like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, a lot of musicians have a head start. Doesn't mean that they're like bad
Yeah.
musicians.
Yeah.
Some actually they
no.
want to do this.
Yeah.
course.
You know, like.
Yep. Agreed.
But what I was gonna say though, it's funny because like, Billie Eilish on the internet has been labeled as an
Industry plant.
plant, but like this kind of proves that she's not, or
Yeah.
even if she is,
Right.
like what executive would be like, give her freedom, you know,
Yeah.
give her total.
You're the girl that wears
artistic-
big ass clothes that's not showing any
Yeah.
skin.
Yeah.
So that's funny when people say that, right? And like I understand like
Wait,
the
industry, when they say industry plant, what do they mean? That it's
means,
Like, she was created
Yeah,
by
by-
oh, like
label,
fucking Spice
by-
Girls or whatever.
yeah, like she was given every opportunity to succeed. She didn't have to grind for it.
Yeah.
They're like, this girl is marketable. We're gonna give her all the tools off tops.
So Taylor
She-
Swift.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Taylor Swift's history
No,
to
she's
say.
a great person, a great human being, but she's
No, but I don't
given
know.
basically everything.
Was she? I didn't know that. I don't know enough about her
She
origins.
busted ass where she could, but like if she was literally anybody else that didn't have that family backing, she would have gone nowhere.
Sure.
Did
yeah, I
she
didn't know
have
about
a
that.
family backing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She was
Oh.
pushed into a musical
Like,
career.
for,
and she,
like,
turns out she
Maroon 5 is in
Miley
plant.
Cyrus is another example of could have
Exactly.
been an industry play. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like she already had all the tools here. But
Yeah.
even then though, like Anthony Fantano said this too, like it doesn't matter if you're a quote unquote industry plant, because just like in our conversation before about like Old Town Road and like things that like don't stick, it's like at the end of the day, people if you're not good and your music you can't sustain success long term if you're not a good musician, if you're an industry plant. I love Kesha, and she's gone through some shit, and her story lately has been very awesome, and I support her, and I want the best from her. The reason why she's irrelevant now is because she's just not a good musician, and she had like 3 big songs and it went away.
Yeah.
But during that time, people were like, Kesha is the worst thing to ever happen to music. She's not, bro. She's not the worst thing to ever happen to music. She's also not the best. She just doesn't matter. It's like these are 3 songs that got huge, and we moved on.
Similar
Well,
start also
Yeah.
with music producer family.
Well,
Yeah.
what I heard with Kesha though is like she was working with the producer, right? Who's
Yeah.
like they were like together,
Yeah.
but she was just being abused,
Yeah.
and she couldn't really make the music she wanted to do.
Yeah.
But from what I mean, I didn't listen to whatever she came out
Afterwards. Didn't
I heard
do
it was good though. I heard it's
There was
better
one
than-
song that I listened to because of Brienne.
Yeah.
And it was alright.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like if Billy's an industry plant, this album wouldn't have been this good.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't have gone the unpopular route. If she was an industry plant, she'll make 5 more watches.
yeah.
She'll make 25 more Ocean Eyes. But she didn't. She did not. She went
Yeah.
fucking left.
You know what though? I feel like when we were younger, we probably would have cared about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Now that we're older, I
We
think
just
we
give
do
a
know
fuck.
better that it's like, who cares
Yeah.
at this point? You know,
If
like,
the music is good, that's literally
Yeah.
all that matters.
and there's so much music out there now.
Yeah.
So like, find what you want to listen to. And
Exactly.
you don't have to
Exactly.
like be too, I don't know,
Like-
way too cynical about everything.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure.
is it good or not?
It's that elitist
Yeah.
mentality, though. It's like people want to be like cooler or smarter.
Yeah.
And those things tend to like weigh negatively on the cool, smart scale. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's just like, fuck you, dude. Do you like the song? Yes. Cool. Dope. Word.
All
It's
right.
your number 1.
My number 1.
I love you, Billy. I'll see you soon, baby.
See if you could guess.
I don't think I can.
One by Backstreet Boys.
I feel like there's one. You mentioned it in your list. It's in your list, but I haven't said it at all.
Oh, fuck. Wow. Oh, my. Oh, it's Igor. Yeah, Igor by Tyler, the Creator.
Igor, yeah. So, all right. When Igor first dropped, I mean, first there were all those teasers, which
Yeah.
were amazing teasers.
Super dope. Yeah.
Very dope. But you know, I was like, I don't know where he's going with this.
Yeah.
When it first dropped and I listened to it, I was like, it's all right.
Yeah.
You know, like it's good, but there's like something missing.
Yeah.
I feel like while I was listening to it,
Word.
because I was looking for more of the Flower Boy.
Because Flower Boy.
Flower Boy.
I still think Flower Boy's superior.
I think Flower
Yeah.
Boy's
But-
superior.
Yeah.
Again,
Honestly.
you gotta send this to me because I do not know what this is.
No, this is Igor by Tyler the Creator.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
Earthquake.
yeah,
Yeah,
Earthquake.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Flower Boy was his album from 2 years ago, though,
Oh,
which is
okay, that's-
which is
I
really
missed that
listen to
entirely.
that.
I
dog.
missed
That
entirely.
album
Oh my
is
god,
amazing.
listen to that album, bro.
I think
Yeah.
I do like that album more.
Mm-hmm.
But with this album, the more I listen to it, I think the more I am getting more. What's the opposite of like the diminishing effect? What is that called?
the diminishing
return.
returns.
Yeah, what's the?
Return on investment (ROI)?
Is that what it is? The,
Like,
the
like where
opposite
it's like
of
the
that?
positive.
Yeah. It's like the more I listen to it, the more the more I notice it. You know, the more
Yeah.
I notice all the intricacies and like the decisions he's made.
Yeah.
And it feels like he's still taking Flower Boy.
Mm-hmm.
He still has that sound in there, but mixed and peeled back
Yeah.
almost.
That's true.
And I feel like it's almost like if Ventura
Mm-hmm.
and Gray Area by Lil Sims
Put
fused
together. Oh, dope.
it's gonna be that.
That's sick.
Because it has the cool, like soulful pianos, which it seems like
Tyler
Creator
loves
is
that shit.
pianist.
Yeah.
He probably like structures his songs and composes them with a piano.
Yep.
But at first, I think it is the oomph, you know, like
Yeah.
it has an oomph,
It definitely has an oomph to it.
but there's that saturated fuzziness to
Yeah.
it
Right.
that makes it feel like
New Magic Wand.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
That's like the perfect example of that.
it's like they produce this whole song and then they like scratch and rip things from it, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I
It's
can
like
see
they
that.
took out like some of they EQ'd some of like the, I guess you'd say.
They used the isotope vinyl.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess it's just sick because it feels like it's, and the way it sounds, it feels like if it was made in the 70s.
Yeah.
But if like hip hop and rap
Existed
in the
Yeah.
70s.
Like mainstream. That
Yeah.
That's
I'm
actually
sure it existed in like.
No, it did,
you know,
but
in
like
a really
in the
popular
the mid to
form,
late
though.
'70s, but not like in the mainstream.
Yeah,
like,
it was
Eh,
popular
yeah.
among
Yeah.
the people
in
that-
New York. It just lit just New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like at first I didn't realize or notice all the layers on it. Like
Yeah.
like I said, it just feels so
Agreed.
stripped back.
Yeah.
Like it has a lot of space in it, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why it felt underwhelming at first. But the more you listen to it, the more you do
Yeah.
see the layers. Like I
Agreed.
see the layers on the vocals a lot more,
Right.
you know, like
I think the past two albums, Tyler has started to learn and embrace subtlety.
yeah.
Because I think all the way even up to Cherry Bomb, it's like he wanted to be as like energetic, and if he was gonna do melody, it's gonna be so much melody that is dripping
Yeah.
in melody. And I think in Flower Boy and in Igor, he's kind of learned the art of subtlety.
Yeah.
And he takes that to the next level here. I think I would probably start to enjoy it more when I give it the 7th and 8th listens. I've
Yeah.
only listened to it maybe like 5 times right now, but I'm sure as I listen to it more, it'll even further grow on me as the year goes by, because it is a fucking really good album. It is.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
I-
story is doper than the Flower Boy story.
Honestly, I haven't
Because
heard
I
a bad
think the
thing about it.
execution. Yeah, I mean, because there's really no.
Yeah.
I've heard like hip hop heads be like, this sounds like too much of like an indie rock album, and it's like,
Well, then go listen to your gangster rap shit.
Yeah.
Like
go listen to Baby on Baby by DaBaby. It's fucking hard.
Yeah. I guess the one thing I am kind of why I like Flower Boy more, it's like when you look at Tyler's trajectory, right?
Yeah.
You have his like earlier stuff, and yeah, it's good, you know, like you know, he's a good rapper, producer. But then when Flower Boy came out,
Yeah.
it's almost like when Infinity War came out, where you just see that leap.
You're
You
like,
know,
holy
that
shit,
leap in
yeah.
his skill, his like,
Yeah.
he's just like taste.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Yeah. And like Igor, it's still my number one so far, you
Right.
know, because I think out of all, and it's still pretty new.
Yeah.
So I think I'm listening to more.
Yeah.
But it didn't, it felt like it's stuff that spilled over.
Yeah, I
you
feel
know.
that. Yeah, I feel that. That's a really solid choice. Do you think your number one from last year is better than your number one at this year? So number one last year was Death Grips, right?
Yeah. It's hard to say. There's both so different. I
Yeah.
think I had, I guess both of them though, when they came out, I was like underwhelmed at first.
Yeah.
But I think it's got enough of the, I don't know. I'll just have to
Yeah.
see. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
No.
Yeah.
I still think Lily Allen's No Shame is still,
Better than Billie Eilish?
in my opinion right now, but that's because the thematics of No Shame was more relevant to me.
Yeah.
But execution was better with Billy. So I don't know. We'll see as the year goes by. Yeah. All right, man.
All right.
Number one meme. You better not fucking disappoint us. We're at an hour
right.
28.
So, my favorite meme to come out of rolling 2018 into 19,
Okay.
Ultimate
Qualifiers.
Instinct Shaggy. So, I'm
I
sure
like
y'all
that.
have seen
No,
this.
I actually
So
like that one.
It started from, I guess, somebody on Reddit's like illustration of like Ultimate Instinct Shaggy and God of Destruction.
Yeah.
Scooby. Right? And that rolled into screenshots of the actors behind the scenes of the Scooby-Doo live-action movie
Yeah.
with like edited subtitles to the screenshots.
Yeah.
And this is like the guy. I'm gonna read off an example. The guy that played Fred, right? One time, Shaggy snapped his fingers, and Michelle, the actress who played Daphne, just disappeared. She came back like 30 seconds later, but she looked really scared and kept saying something about the dark place. And there's another one from the guy that actually played Shaggy.
Freddie-
I don't. His name
Oh, no,
is
it's not Freddie
Matthew.
Fitzgerald. Yeah.
Something. Yeah. I don't actually remember filming any scenes. Once the camera started rolling, I would just black out as a spirit of Shaggy possessed my mortal body once again. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I
It just
remember
keeps
seeing those.
going
Yeah,
on
I
and
do
on.
remember the Shaggy
I remember
one.
seeing those.
It's so amazing. It's like impressive. Like,
I guess like
yeah. You made me use 10% of my
Yeah.
power.
it's funny because I've asked people about because I don't really meme a lot. I do see it because of Instagram. You see that.
Yeah.
Right.
But the Shaggy thing is what made me
You're like, what?
much
Yeah.
more interested
Yeah,
in.
in meme
Right.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah, just it's like why?
Yeah.
Why Shaggy? You know. Like,
See, here's another
but
one.
like I thought it was funny from the start. It's just
Yeah.
like still I would have never
the
thought
momentum
of it.
just kept going. It's like, Fred, there was a moment during filming in which Shaggy stayed still. We looked at each other without knowing what was happening. All the alarms inside my head were activated. I feared for my life. After a few seconds, Shaggy sneezed. We lost many men. It's shit like that, and it's just like
I was also thinking, like, are you gonna? I was
This-
wondering if.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No. I was only gonna say this is just like it's kind of a warped evolution of the Chuck Norris meme from way the fuck back when.
That's true. I can
Yeah,
see that.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like nostalgia plus Chuck Norris plus like absurdist, whatever the fuck we're going through right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I was worried. I was like, man, I bet you when he does memes, he's not going to consider like vines. But then he included the cheese one. So I'm like, oh, so he does look at the TikTok thriller funny
Yeah.
stuff.
Sorta,
So
kinda.
how did you not include, oh shit, it's a rat? You've seen that, right?
Yes, I have seen that. I also have another honorable
was
mention
so
for
the
This
best
Is America.
How come You Was at the Club is not in that? You don't know
Which
You
one
Was
is
at the
it?
Club? The fucking dude who like did an Instagram video of him lip syncing his own song, and then like his You Was at the Club.
That
Thumbs
was
up when
yeah.
there's nothing in his cup, and for some reason the internet decided we're gonna make this nigga famous, and they posted it like crazy, and he had like millions of views, and like he did an interview with Genius, and they had broke
Yeah.
down his lyrics before the song ever came out, and when the song finally came out, no one gave a fuck. That was like the funniest thing in the
I
world.
remember that.
I'm gonna
remember
be
that.
him for Halloween.
You know why that didn't
was
really stick
at
out
the
to me?
club.
Because it was about the person, not the meme.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not versatile.
Because
I
this
can see
is
that.
this isn't a meme about a person. This is a meme about unwrapped American cheese.
No, I feel that. I feel that.
I see. I
and
see.
defenseless animals.
I feel
and
that.
children.
Like
But-
other
but-
people could remix
But the
it.
oh
Exactly.
shit, there's a rat is so versatile. There's so many
Right.
variations they've done on it. Oh shit,
Right, yeah, that-
it's a
that-
rat.
Yeah, that's much.
He
more...
throws the Tim at it, and it's just like a fucking digital
Yeah,
rat.
that's along the lines of
Yeah.
fucking exactly. Yeah.
So
The
I beg
physicality
you,
ones, yeah.
I beg you, reconsider that as an entry for your end of year list.
All right,
Because
I
that
have
one is amazing.
definitely honorable mention for
it's
that.
not his definitive list yet.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
It's
got-
only it's
yeah.
half year. It's mid year.
Yeah,
Wait, does that mean he's just gonna say the same exact meme?
And we're just like, oh, that one.
Oh, that one.
So what's your honorable mention?
Is that some kind of peasant joke that I'm too rich to
Yeah, I
understand?
like that one. That one's better. Okay, whatever.
There's also, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, and there are billions of Game of Thrones memes that I don't actually know about, so I'm gonna binge watch the whole fucking thing.
You should.
Let's watch Game of Thrones together.
Ah man, that'd be cool.
We really are.
Let's
couple,
do
huh?
this together. Then there's This Is America music video. Where it's
Oh,
it's like any It's also a variation of the Florida Man meme.
Yeah.
You throw any Florida Man
Yep.
meme and then put a picture of him,
I really like the This Is
Amer-
America one because
yeah.
like when he lined it up with "Call Me Maybe,"
Yeah.
and it's just like, "Hey, I just met you." Come on, nigga. That shit is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
So now we're gonna talk about what albums disappointed you.
Disappointed me. So the album, I mean, I like I said, I was disappointed by "Thank You Next" by Ariana Grande.
But that's on your list though.
Yeah. But and you know what? I guess technically her album didn't come out yet. But Halsey, everything she's put out, because you remember in 2017, Halsey was like my number 3 album, and that like Hopeless Fountain Kingdom was amazing. But every single song she put out after that has been so cringy and awful. And like the beautiful thing about Hopeless Fountain Kingdom and Badlands, which was her EP before that, was like she would like toe the line. She would be so close to being corny that it was fucking amazing. But then her songs after that, she just is corny now, and it's like it's all just like it's.
What makes it corny?
It's the first and foremost, like a lot of the melodies she right now is just like over the top, like over emotional. And I feel like instead of like pandering towards like instead of like being subtle, she is just like overblown. Like I'm so damaged as a human. Oh, I've been through some fucking shit in my life. You know what I mean? It's like, shut the fuck up, bruh. Like, it was so cool when she was just like, I've been through some shit in my life, and then that really affects who I am and my outlook on life. Here's some shitty things that happened, and here's how I'm dealing with it. Now it's just like, woe is me, and I'm so hurt, and why does this happen to me every time? And it's like, and it's just like, I'm just so exhausted.
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, but Alanis Morissette had edge to her. She has like she has like fake woke edge. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, and Halsey, like I was such a Halsey fan. And if she keeps going to the first red flag was she dated G-Eazy. That's like fucking nigga. That is
and Machine Gun Kelly.
Nigga,
Woo!
like that's like that's like the O'Douls of rappers.
Right.
Like, bruh, like I guess it tastes like it tastes like a rapper, but it ain't a rapper, my nigga. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't care if Jeezy's from Oakland, cuz. You're fucking boring, my G.
Yeah.
I'll rap battle right now. Find me. Hey, who knows? I know you know Jay Harmony and all them actually used to work with Jeezy back in the day. Jeezy, find me.
Yeah, I used to work with this guy.
Let me sign you.
A Dairy Queen, and this guy bought $400 worth of merch from Jeezy.
Yeah, that nigga trash, bruh.
Yeah,
$400,
$400,
and he worked at Dairy Queen.
Yeah,
bruh, you ain't had You didn't have G-Eazy money. You didn't have $400 to spend on G-Eazy, cuz you working at Dairy. Find me.
Dairy Queen.
Tell your boy to find me. We'll fight. So yeah, that's the most disappointing. What about you?
I would have to say Crash Talk.
Yeah. Oh,
By
dog.
Schoolboy
I
Q.
agree. So
And
disappointed.
the thing is, like, it's not even a bad album.
it's just like not
just
great.
Yeah, like it doesn't make me. I don't feel anything when I listen to
Yeah.
the song.
There's one song. It's just Num Num Juice.
Num Num Juice, and in the album
do like
release,
that
it's
song.
It's censored.
Yeah.
Why did they take out the cuss words?
Wait,
No,
the
they didn't
full
even
song release.
They
is
didn't
censored?
censor it. It's not like it's censored because of the cuss words though. They just picked random things
words to censor.
censor.
I'm sure there's a meaning behind that, but it's just like I don't care about the songs enough.
Do we need to like
figure out the meaning?
Do we need
Yeah.
to like uncover the puzzle where we find the censored words and string them together?
I'm sure that's what it is, but like,
Who's gonna put that effort?
but if I would do that if I actually gave a fuck about the songs at face value, and I just don't.
Right, so there was
Yeah.
an investment made that isn't
Well,
actually yielding as much.
Exactly.
Well,
Because
okay.
if it was a great ass song, there would be a meme about the actual answer,
Word.
which I haven't seen yet.
So like Num Num Juice came out.
I
Have you
am the
heard
internet.
that song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great song.
You guys
Amazing.
made me listen to it.
Right?
Check in a box.
It does
nickel.
not fit in the album, and you
Yeah.
know
It's a good
why,
song.
right?
Because he recorded it like way
He
after.
recorded that way after. So if there's any deeper meaning, that's bullshit.
lost,
Cause
yeah.
like, because
Yeah.
like he didn't plan to put that
Yeah.
song in the album.
Right.
So it was
Yeah,
just so
that's
disappointing.
that's actually a great point. I was so disappointed by it, but I just pushed it out of my mind completely.
Yeah, like I don't remember
Yeah.
anything except for Num
Yeah.
Num Juice.
And
you know?
dude, TDE never drops anything whack.
Yeah,
And this is the first time, and it's not whack.
it's not.
It's just like do what thou wilt to me. Like I just don't care.
I love Dude That
I
With
know
That
you
Will
did.
though. Like that I like, but I don't even think it's on the same level because like it just seems like it's something you could hear from anyone.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it's like it could have been
James could have put the
anyone.
album out.
Huh?
Huh?
Who?
What
What
was
was
that
the
look?
most disappointing meme that you had?
Ah, nigga.
Hurry up, we're already way over.
All right. So I have 3 real quick disappointing ones. So I also was looking at my list, and it turned from what I'm looking at my own damn list. It looks like I ordered it in amount of like spread, like cultural effect.
That makes sense then.
I think that's what.
That's why some of the basic ones are there, because some like non-internet
Yeah.
people could get it.
I mean, yeah, it's like on Ultimate Instinct shit. You can't be defeated.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the boo boo list of memes. First one would be the new Sonic, right? We get it.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
yeah,
It's
that's
bad.
true.
We get it.
It's not even clever though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's not a good meme.
So, and then there's the other one. It's a new Spider-Man one where it's a badly dressed Spider-Man just hammering on something on the floor, which is the
It's like-
exact same
yeah.
meme as the nut button.
There's
Yeah,
some really
you know?
good Spider-Man memes though.
Yeah, but this one was not it though.
No.
I get it. There's energy and motion blur and shit, but it's the same fucking meme.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the other one, it's just another SpongeBob meme. It's like laughing SpongeBob with like different versions of SpongeBob laughing superimposed. You know, like the old band pictures or whatever.
Yeah.
Him pointing and laughing. It's not. It's everywhere, but it's not original. You know,
Wait.
it's not even original. It's just like it's another SpongeBob laughing meme. Like
Why?
whatever.
Why is that a meme? Why is that a joke? Like I don't get it.
Oh, it's like it's sort of the translation would be look at him and laugh. You know, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
kinda weak.
it's kind of like it's like look at this fucking idiot buying knockoff drugs. It's clearly in a Tupperware box.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. like, what? It's dumb as shit.
It's not
limited usage, but it's everywhere.
So that's pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What
other
a
than that,
downer.
I like
We
memes.
should have started with disappointments.
Yeah. Huh?
I feel sad.
Now it's time to turn up. Yeah.
Oh my god, we went way.
All right.
over.
Yeah, we
Pull
gotta
up
wrap
to the
this
scene,
up.
one penis
So,
missing.
where can they find you?
They
Frank?
can find me at the club.
cut that.
Bottle for the good, but I'm sorry. They can find me on IG at medium37 franc. That's what a C, like French money. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can find me right here. I'm under house arrest. HypemanWolfy, all lowercase. No spaces.
Hashtag Where's Wolfie?
Hashtag Where's Wolfie?
Hashtag Where's Wolfie?
I might be near you. You'll only know after I post. So I go to places and then I leave a clue, and if you find out where I am, you get nothing. But
No, you gotta tell them you
Oh,
get
you-
some. Come on,
you
you can
get-
lie to the niggas, man.
I will follow you. If you get it
Into
right,
the
I will
dark.
follow you and like.
I will follow you
I will
and watch
follow
you as you sleep.
and go back hella
Where's
far
Wolfie
in
right
your
now?
fucking IG history.
Where's Wolfie is leading up to a fucking horror movie.
Yeah,
Where's Wolfie?
He's posting
That's
from
a
in the house.
marketing hashtag. That's a tagline.
Where's Wolfie?
The location tag is from in the house. Fucking- So if you follow me, if you get the thing right, I'll
my
follow you
God.
and scroll back all the way to the beginning of your IG history and start liking shit
Yeah, oh my
from
god.
way the fuck. Hey,
That's
you know
true.
what?
That's how people get their validation these days with likes. So I
Yep.
feel you, man. Me too.
I'm in the bathroom a lot at work, so I got a lot of downtime.
All right, cool. Thank you. At HypemanWolfy. Where can they find you,
All right,
Mr.
you guys
Dark
can
Ruffalo?
find me on Instagram.
There
Fuck,
it
I
is.
can't talk today. At the Holographic Children.
Great.
a
And
long
then
one.
you could also go to our YouTube page,
Bitch.
WGWW. That stands for Wave Gang Worldwide.
You know what I'm saying?
And go ahead and subscribe,
Please.
like all our videos.
Please.
Smash
And
that
tell-
MF like button.
Yes, do that. And yeah, just reach out to us, you know, make us famous, and
Help
we'll
us.
try to return something to you guys
I
by
want to
making
quit
more
my
content.
job. I need y'all. Well, anyway, this has been awesome. Halfway through the year. I can't believe we're already in June. Nigga.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's way too fast.
This is your first mid-year special.
My first mid-year special.
Mid-meme special.
Yeah, please.
Mid-meme special.
So
Ooh,
please
I'll be back
improve
in
for the end of the
December.
year.
I'll be back in December with
End
more
of meme
memes.
special.
Well, we'll see you at the end of the year. You know what we say at the On Repeat podcast? Zip it up and zip it out.
Yes, the fuck.